8. The flip of a coin. Once I mastered the basics of manifesting, for example, programming my brain to see what was already there, the next step was to use my brain to affect reality. On a very small scale, classic Newtonian physics begins to break down. You can no longer know for certain how fast a particle is going, where it's headed, or if it's even a particle at all. At a very small scale, reality is a chaotic, fuzzy soup. But these seemingly random events, like the swerve of an electron or the spontaneous creation of a particle-antiparticle pair, actually have a bizarre logic to them. It is our will, of all things, which influences the outcome of so-called random quantum events. Let's use a coin toss as an example. Say you bet your friend $50 on the coin toss. He calls it in the air, heads. The cumulative forces that are operating on the coin include the rotational motion from the initial flip, the force of the Earth's gravity, and the friction from the air particles. But what will sway the coin toss in the end is the cumulative willpower of everyone involved. All those little randomly vibrating air particles into which the coin is crashing through its trajectory can be influenced by our conscious to affect the flip in one way or the other. Your desire to win $50 and gloat in your friend's face is pushing the coin in one direction, while your friend's desire to win $50 for himself is influencing it in the other. However, it is usually not that simple. Say some part of you feels sorry for your friend, and you know he's been going through a hard time, and you feel like the $50 could just be the win that he needs. This is called a fractured will. Two parts of your mind are working against each other, negating their effect on the coin. Your friend, on the other hand, perhaps some part of him secretly enjoys wallowing in the dark misery of being broke. That shadowy part of him is actively working against the part that wants to win the bet. If that's not enough, people who aren't even present can influence the outcome. Say your partner at home really wants you to take her out to dinner. If you lose the $50, you'll be less likely to suggest it as an option. Her desire is to have a date night is influencing the coin flip in your favor. In fact, any being that could be affected by the outcome of this coin flip, even in the smallest way, has an effect on whether it lands heads or tails. Usually there are so many conflicting interests that the odds stay pretty close to 50-50 unless you've been trained in the art of manifestation. Even novice manifestors and Project Looking Glass can make a coin land on heads every time, so long as they're not going up against another trained manifestor. Expert Confessions of a Government Manifestor.